Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Yes, I am wearing a gold chain. I would have taken it off for this video because I think it looks silly and douchey, but I chewed off my fingernails last night in a state of cannabis-induced panic, and now I can't use my fingernails to unclip it. So here we are, okay? So I have run out of content ideas, and because of that, I have reached out to the community just like any other lazy YouTuber would. In the Big Tug Discord server, there's a channel called Video Ideas. You can go and just give me video ideas, and I'll just steal them because f it, why not? They're right there. And Chris, if you want to go ahead and not put up a link to the Discord, I think it's very funny that it's hard to find and that some people are like, do you have a Discord or not? I just think that's a very funny bit to like never let people get in there. But regardless, one of the top suggestions was from someone, Eatus Exists, which was tier lists or stupid shit. Example, pizza toppings. There was like little to no effort put into that suggestion, so I might as well take that amount of effort and put it into a video. So I have created a tier list of pizza toppings that we will go through together. Mind you, despite the fact that I look a little bit pudgy, I am actually a bit of a picky eater when it comes to pizza toppings. So we're all gonna learn a whole lot about how big of a bitch I am and just how weird I like to get with the cheese and sauce. The tiers are in this order. Hot and sloppy in my mouth, please. That's gonna be a really high tier. Boy, howdy, do I wish I could have this right now. Not offensive, wouldn't order it though. I just, you know, I would, if it's there, I'll eat it, but I wouldn't ever order that from the menu. This topping ruins the pizza. Boo. Boo on you for even asking for this. You ruined the party. And finally, you're a pervert. And that one's just kind of, it sits on its own, because if you, some of these toppings, like, I know you're a pervert. Like, I just know you're a fucking weirdo who has to like tell people when you move into a neighborhood.
But first, let's do an ad!
Recently, I looked at my bank account and said, okay, where's all the money? Where's all this money going? I don't know what's going on. I don't go out, I don't buy expensive things, and yet somehow I'm running through the budget like a non-profit on December 31st. And my fellow people, I was shocked to find out that I am hemorrhaging money on subscriptions I didn't even know I had. All in all, it took me about 4 hours to get everything squared away, and then the next day I checked and I got charged by another subscription. The problem never ends, I can't find them. And then I found out Rocket Money exists, which is an all-in-one personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions. And that made me real angry. And they do a bunch of other things too, like lower your bills and manage your money overall better. It's also notably free. You don't have to give a dime to these people if you don't want to. And if you really want to set yourself up real nice, you can sign up for their premium services, which will really get the saving ball rolling. Not only has Rocket Money saved its customers over $500 million in canceled subscriptions, but customers also save up to $740 when they use all of the app's premium features. It's free though. Once again, it's free. You can download it right now. It's the bee's knees. So go to rocketmoney.com/bigtug or click the link in the description to get started today. Rocket Money. Don't go broke because you're paying for a puzzle app that you signed up for in 2017.
Up first, and I guess we're doing it alphabetically, but that's gonna be American cheese. Now let me take a big sip of my Monster Energy drink before I say what I'm about to say. Yum. You're a fucking pervert. It's kind of the reason why I made the category in the first place, but who the fuck is tossing wet slices of American cheese on top of pizza? Pizza is meant to be made with pulley, stringy cheeses, chewy cheeses. When you melt American cheese, it gets drippy, which is fucking disgusting, dude. And this isn't a topping. I guess it's a topping. Does cheese count as a topping on pizza? I guess it does. We'll get into that later. But regardless, I only imagine, like, do you put this in before you bake it, or do you put it on after you bake it? Regardless, gross. This is a chemical, not a cheese. You're a pervert. Next up, anchovies. Anchovies are cartoonish in terms of how bad they are, because for some people, this is the end-all be-all in terms of pizza toppings. Like, this is a very classic move. And personally, I like the flavor that anchovy brings, like that really salty fishiness. Like, the concept is perfect. If you could have anchovy oil on a pizza, I might be able to rock with that. But when I take a bite into a pizza and I pull back out and I see half a fish staring at me being real sad and dead, I want to also be sad and dead. So we're gonna put that in ruins the pizza boo. Like, you ordering that, like, you bring a pizza to a party with anchovies and you're like, what? I thought everyone liked anchovies. Guess more pizza for me. You're just being fat and weird. So anchovy sucks. Then we have artichoke. I don't know anything about artichokes. Honestly, I've never ever considered artichokes to be a food that I should be eating. I've had artichoke dip and I've had artichoke in a couple of dishes, but like, if every artichoke on earth disappeared, I would not know for about 2 years until someone mentioned it to me. So I guess not offensive, I just wouldn't order it. I don't know what that would do for me. I don't know what flavor profile artichoke brings. Arugula, God, you know what? I'm gonna add one more tier to this list because of arugula. And this tier is gonna be called pointless and upsetting. And we're gonna toss that arugula right into that tier. Arugula is just a topping to let you know that you're a step above a regular pizzeria. It's not for flavor, it's for, you know, aesthetics. You get a pizza with arugula on it, you understand that you're like, oh, this isn't Papa John's. This is I bet they have some nice pesto on top of this or some bullshit. It's just to look good. I've never bitten into a pizza with arugula and said, wow, that arugula really ties the room together. Like, it's a nothing condiment just to make you feel like you're in a different tax bracket. Bacon. Bacon's a tough one. Bacon's a tough one. Because bacon is is really good. I'm gonna put it in boy howdy do I wish I could have this right now, because bacon is usually it's on the, you know, the rotating list of things I put on top of pizza all the time. But the problem is with bacon is that bacon overpowers every other flavor that's gonna be on that pizza. Like if you have chicken bacon ranch pizza, it's gonna be mostly bacon flavor that's coming through on the palate. Probably because the bacon grease, I would assume. The bacon grease gets sucked into the cheese or something and it makes everything taste like bacon. Now that being said, there's been several times where I sit down at a table, sit in a chair and say, for the entirety I want to be in this chair, I want to taste bacon. And that's when bacon pizza shows up and it does a lot for me. Sometimes it's not in every time, but that's what that category is. It's an every time treat. Banana peppers. Not offensive. Wouldn't order it though. Wouldn't order banana peppers. With most peppers, I'm a texture man, and with most peppers, when you put them in the oven on top of cheese, they just get slippery and wet and chewy, and I don't f with that. I want my peppers to be crisp. If you could throw those puppies on after you bake it, like raw peppers, that is what I'm all about. But whenever you bake them, they get all wet and gross and slippery, and I don't like that. Plus, banana peppers are like probably my least favorite pepper, I would say, in terms of eating it on top of something. And usually they're soaked in some kind of vinegar and it's just a whole different ball of wax. So I don't know, not a big fan. Bananas. You're a pervert. You're a gross little pervert. We'll look at you with your gross little pervert face. Who the is doing this? I assume someone in Japan is doing this. Every time I see a video or a picture of a Japanese pizza, they're trying a lot of shit. I'll give them credit. You gotta try things to make things work. But if I went over to my friend's house and they were chopping up a banana and putting it on pizza, I'd call social services or some type of people that can come over without a gun and talk to my friend. I can't imagine that. That's fucking gross. I can imagine like one of them Spanish bananas that aren't really plantains. I can imagine a plantain on a pizza, but bananas is gross, and you're gross for thinking that's okay. Basil. Basil is, boy howdy do I wish I could have this right now. Let me explain. A lot of the times when they throw fucking leaves on a pizza, it doesn't add really anything, but basil's different. Basil is the difference between a regular pizza and a Neapolitan pizza, or whatever the other word for Neapolitan is, Chris, if you could find what I'm trying to look for, or if that's not even a real thing and I'm just losing my mind. Basil adds a crazy flavor profile, which really, you know, brings out the other flavors and the fresh malts and garlic. That being said, though, basil can f you over. Like if you go to get a piece of pizza that's been sitting out for a long time, like the basil starts to dry out and curl up like a dead plant, and then you're chewing on like what essentially is poopery. Not a good look. But whenever it's fresh, basil is point. Up next, we have barbecue chicken, and this is a weird one, and it's a favorite of many, but let me explain here. Barbecue chicken pizza is never just regular pizza. It's barbecue chicken, but the barbecue chicken isn't just barbecue chicken. It's usually the sauce under the pizza as well, where they replace the red sauce with barbecue sauce, or they mix the barbecue sauce in with the red sauce, and you just can't escape it. You can't take a bite and really like take your time with the barbecue chicken. It's just putting itself in your mouth. Every chance it gets is throwing it in the back of your throat. That being said, sometimes I want that. Like if I am stoned beyond belief, if you break down every ingredient in a barbecue chicken pizza and like list it out for me while I'm closing my eyes and really thinking about it, I could really get into a barbecue chicken pizza. Fresh cut chicken breast, nice and moist, little salt and pepper, barbecue sauce, fresh mozzarella, red sauce, and then you dip it in ranch maybe? Oh my God, give it to me, put it in my mouth. But I would usually not order it. I prefer regular pizza over barbecue chicken pizza. So I'm gonna put it in not offensive, wouldn't order it category for now. We'll see if that changes. Next up, barbecue sauce. Is that not the same thing? If you're eating pizza with barbecue sauce and there's not chicken on it, that's terrible. I hate that. I hate that. What? You're dipping it in barbecue sauce? Are you a cowboy? That's ridiculous. I might put that in pervert category. I think that belongs in pervert land. You're weird. Why would you do that? Now our next one is beef, and beef is our first introduction to the hot and sloppy in my mouth please category, because I love beef on my goddamn pizza. Any store that's offering it, I'm getting ground beef or little meatballs or whatever the I can to get on the slice, because that always hits. It's not just because beef is so good on pizza, which it is, but it also creates a beautiful canvas to put other toppings on top of. Beef and pepperoni, beef and bacon, beef and other cheeses and sauces, a little ranch. It's just so, oh my God, beef is so good on pizza. If you're against beef on pizza, you're missing out, unless you're a vegan, and you are missing out, but you're doing it for a moral reason. But beef is gonna be up there for a long time. I can't imagine anything ever changing. Bell pepper, same thing I have wrong with the banana pepper, but I do like it a little bit more. They get wet and sloppy. Not a fan of that. Black olives. I don't think you're a pervert. I won't say pervert, but you ruined the pizza with it. You are absolutely ruining the pizza with your dirty black olives. Every time I go to a grocery store and I go to the aisle with all the olives in jars and they're stacked up like 3 deep, 10 back, like who is buying all these olives? Who is sitting down every night and cracking open a can of olives and chugging them down that you have to go through jars at a time? I can't imagine a scenario where I buy a jar of olives and it's empty within a year. Like, who likes olives that much? Yeah, I get it at Thanksgiving where there's a jar of olives and you try one and you remember the fact that you fucking hate olives once a year, but like besides that, olive people fucking suck and they ruin pizzas for everyone else. God forbid I eat a pizza and they put the olives under the cheese and it's a little fun surprise that ruins my fucking night. They taste horrible. They taste bitter. Olives suck. Next up, we have broccoli.
Hello. My name is Chris, and I'm editing this video for Tucker. Something happened, not sure what exactly, but the footage for about 30 or so toppings just isn't there. This video is going to be long enough, so I figure a little bit of a lightning round is in order. So rather than make Tucker work any harder at the easiest job in the world, I figured I would step in for him and just run through the 30 or so toppings that he ranked and tell you exactly what he ranked them. Broccoli. Oh boy, I wish I had some right now. I don't remember what the name of the tier was. Capers, slightly offensive. Chicken breast, hot sloppy in my mouth. Chili oil. Oh boy, I wish I had some right now. Chili pepper, wouldn't order it. Corn, wouldn't order it. Egg, hot sloppy in my mouth. On a pizza? Feta cheese, slightly offensive. Figs, pizza ruiner. French fries, you're a pervert. Garlic, hot sloppy in my mouth. Goat cheese, slightly offensive. Gorgonzola, pizza ruiner. Ham, wouldn't order it. Hot sauce, hot sloppy in my mouth. Italian sausage, slightly offensive. Jalapeno, wouldn't order it. Kebab, oh boy, I wish I had some right now. Ketchup, you're a pervert. Kiwi, slightly offensive. Dry mozzarella, hot sloppy in my mouth. Fresh mozzarella, hot sloppy in my mouth. Mushrooms, slightly offensive. Nduja, slightly offensive. Onions, oh boy, I wish I had some right now. Oregano, wouldn't order it. Parmesan, hot sloppy in my mouth. Pepperoni, hot sloppy in my mouth. Pesto, slightly offensive. Pickled peppers, slightly offensive. Pickles, slightly offensive. And that's what Tucker thinks of all those toppings. Don't get mad at me. That's not how I feel about those toppings. I guess I had the opportunity there to just make all that shit up, but I guess you won't know if I did or not. Back to Tucker.
Pineapple. Here we are, folks. The moment we've all been waiting for. What does Big Tug think about the pineapple debate? You're a pervert! You're a pervert if you like pineapple on pizza. All the pineapple haters, high five me in the chat. No, I'll put it in pizza, ruiner. I don't think it's that, no, I'll put it in slightly offensive. I just would never order pineapple on a pizza. And you can get it off pretty easily because it's in chunks, you can take it off, but like, I just, like I said, I don't like my savory and my sweet. I don't f with that. But if you're into that lifestyle, get a little ham on there, you get a Hawaiian, and it's delicious, and it was made in Canada. Shout out Canadians once again. But yeah, I just don't f with it. It's not that big of a deal though, don't cry about it. Prosciutto. I saw how prosciutto was made one time. The fact that you just have a dry, it's like you just shave off of it. I don't f with it at all. I'm gonna put it in pizza ruiner. I just don't like prosciutto. I find it gross. The fact that I could read a newspaper through a piece of meat because it's so thin and dried out, that's gross to me. I don't like that. Ranch dressing. Here comes the white trash. Here comes the white trash of Big Tug. That is an all-time classic. Hot sloppy in my mouth, please. Thank you. I put ranch on every piece of pizza. I remember where I was when I first saw someone do that. I was in the Market Basket break room when I was 15 working at Market Basket, and I saw a girl do it, and I was like, that's disgusting. She said, you should try it. Never look back. It is fantastic. It is trashy though. You should feel bad while you do it. You should feel like real lower class. But it is delicious, and I'll do it every time. Especially Jets ranch sauce. Chris, put up a picture of Jets ranch sauce. Oh my God, it is so fucking good. If you're ever near a Jets, you can buy a bottle of it. You don't even have to order the pizza. Just get that and take it home. It is so good. Ricotta, nah, wouldn't order it, but it's not an issue. It's a little bit more meaty of a cheese. Like you put it in a lasagna, and it kind of tastes like it's adding a lot. So it's not bad. I just would never order it. It's pretty wet. Salami, that's a little overpowering, but it's a pig thing. And it's kind of like bacon, and it's kind of like pepperoni, so I wouldn't order it, but it's not an issue. Actually, I've never heard of a salami on a pizza. Salami is doing a lot. Salami is one of the most specific tasting sausages I've ever had in my life, but I might put that in boy, I wish. I would love to try salami on a pizza. That would be fantastic. Salmon. You're a pervert. Why are you putting salmon on a pizza? Salmon is a very special fish to me. Like, I feel like you should give salmon a little bit more respect. It's a big-ass fish with a lot to give. I personally don't even like salmon that much, but to put it on a pizza is kind of sacrilegious. No, it's an expensive fish, and it's kind of like, it deserves its own show. Like, you shouldn't be like putting that on there. I don't know. I feel like that's weird. Shrimp, same thing. Although a shrimp pizza does sound pretty good. I enjoy shrimp a lot. If you chopped it up thin enough and then had like a little bit of Old Bay seasoning on the pizza, oh, hold on. That might be an oh boy I wish category. That sounds fucking fantastic. Yes, sir. Spinach. Spinach never adds anything, and it's a wet fucking leaf. I don't want that. Pizza ruiner. Because you're pulling out with your teeth. It fucking sucks. Squid. What are we doing? I could see how that might work, but like, I don't know. You're a pervert if you're like, I don't know. You're living too much. Tonight we're gonna go out and we're gonna get squid on pizza and we're gonna fucking kill a dolphin. You're a piece of shit. Fuck that. Steak is, once again, it's a little too much to be on a pizza. It's good if it's in a hamburger form, but like, you're putting steak on a pizza. That's just, I feel like you'd take a bite of the pizza and you'd be chewing for a long time. You know what I mean? Unless it's a well-cooked, like medium rare steak, but at that point, if you're at a pizza place and they're putting steak on a pizza, they're not worried about having a good steak on your pizza. They're not getting a porterhouse for you. So, I don't know. I wouldn't order it. Not an issue, but that just seems ridiculous. Tofu. Okay, we're just gonna put that in slightly offensive. Fresh tomato, that's a pizza ruiner for me. I just don't like tomato. Fresh tomato. Shout out to the old school Italians who can have a beefsteak tomato and they just take salt and pepper and eat it with a knife and fork. That's good for you. That's just not my lifestyle. I don't like how there's boogers. There's weird boogers in the middle of tomatoes and that freaks me the f out. Tomato sauce. The shit that's at the bottom of the pizza? I'm gonna put that in hot sloppy in my mouth, please. That's okay. Yeah, that should always be there. Tuna. Never heard of that on a pizza. I'm gonna put that, wouldn't order it, but it's not an issue because tuna is the chicken of the sea. So it works out. I could handle tuna on a pizza. Turkey, slightly offensive. I don't know why you would order turkey if you could just order chicken. Turkey is just a drier, less flavorful chicken, and you only get it at on a sandwich because it's easier to carve, I would assume, right? Why do I get turkey sandwiches instead of chicken sandwiches? I should just start getting chicken. White sauce is goated. Put that in maybe hot sloppy in my mouth, please. Nah, constant in my life, because I'd much rather have a red sauce pizza than a white sauce pizza. But white sauce pizzas always rip. They're always decent enough, so I would put that in that category. White sauce pizzas are underrated, I would say. Zucchini. I just don't want that at all. Pizza ruiner. I don't want zucchini on a fucking pizza. Why would I want that? There's just so much better things, and like I don't like zucchini. Zucchini fucking sucks. Every time I get not a sponsor, actually. Bleep out that, Chris. Don't let them know. Don't let I get a meal preparation company sending me meals, but I'm not letting you know what company it is until they pay me again. Anyway, every time there's a meal with zucchini, I just throw the zucchini away. I don't want zucchini in my I don't with zucchini at all. Chorizo. Chorizo is a good meat. We'll put that in a constant in my life. Or no, wouldn't order it because I never think about it, but it's not an issue. I definitely would love chorizo on my pizza. Heart of palm. That sounds like an item in Dark Souls. I don't know what the that is. I'm assuming the heart of a palm tree? Maybe? I don't know. Pizza, you're a pervert. That sounds like a pervert. You're in the heart of my palm? You're jerking off. That's weird. Hot dogs. Get your life together, dog. You fucking pervert. Figure your shit out. Are you not embarrassed to be alive? You know what would make this pizza better? Ballpark Frank. End it. Caramelized onions. I've never thought about putting that on a pizza, but that does sound fantastic. We're gonna bring that all the way up to a constant in my life / oh boy I wish, because oh boy I wish I had that on a pizza, especially a white pizza. That might be fantastic. Pulled pork. That's in the barbecue category, but I wouldn't order it. But no, that might be an oh boy I wish. I would love to try a barbecue pulled pork pizza. That might be really good. Lobster, that does sound good, but at the end of the day, you're kind of a decadent pervert douchebag, so you're a pervert. If you're wasting lobster on a pizza, you're a pervert. I think a lot of people would agree with me on that one. Potato? Just straight up potato? That probably could be good. If it's prepared correctly. Like if you had a nice firm layer of au gratin potatoes, like the cheesy, holy if someone out there owns a pizza place, name it the Big Tug, put au gratin potatoes on that bitch, give me a call. I'll fly out to wherever you are to try that shit. Au gratin, wouldn't order it, but that's not an issue. Now, au gratin potato, a constant in my life / oh boy I wish, because oh boy I wish that existed. But if it's it's just a normal sliced potato, I'm gonna put that and wouldn't order it. So, it depends on how it's styled. Briciola, don't know what that is. Pizza ruiner, Spam? You're a pervert, dude. Unless, okay, here's the difference. If you are a Polynesian or a Hawaiian, you get a pass. You can put that spam on whatever you like. But if you're an American in America, on mainland America, you're a pervert if you put spam on a pizza, and I'm gonna stick by that. Suck. You're a pervert. That's a penis that says suck on it. Fried onions. That's probably really f***ing good. Wouldn't order it because I've never heard of that in my life, but that's not an issue. I would really probably enjoy fried onions on that. Especially broken up and crumbled over a pizza. That's probably f***ing bomb. Lettuce, dog shit. Pizza ruiner. Let me explain. If you ever get a cheeseburger pizza, sometimes they put lettuce on top of it, but once you get lettuce hot, it sucks significantly. Every time I go to like Subway or like Jimmy John's and I forget to say don't toast it and I get a sandwich with lettuce, I just have to get a whole new sandwich because hot lettuce is f***ing gross, wet, and floppy, and flavorless. It ruins everything it touches. All my hot lettuce haters, put it down in the chat how much it f***ing sucks because you agree with me. Cheddar, like I said, that's a hot sloppy in my mouth, please. That adds to a pizza, especially if you make the toppings around it, like a cheddar, bacon, hot ranch, whatever the f***. It really nails it. I wouldn't put it on every pizza. Actually, I would put it in a constant in my life because I wouldn't put it on every pizza. I'd put all of those on every pizza. Pumpkin, I would say slightly offensive, but I would never want that on my pizza. So I would say pizza ruiner. What are we doing? You want a fucking big slice of pumpkin on your pizza? Weird. Is that anyone's favorite? Spaghetti? You're a douche. Why are you putting spaghetti on a pizza. Just eat them separate. A spaghetti is an entirely separate meal. Why are you doing that? If you have a pizza and a spaghetti, you just accidentally ordered two separate things. Like, maybe if you have leftovers, but even then, that's two different meals. Separate your time. Asiago, isn't that just f***ing Parmesan? What's Asiago? Yeah, it's pretty much just Parmesan. It's super sharp, so that's the same shit. I would just put it in hot sloppy in my mouth, please. Anything that adds a little twang to my pizza, I love. Canadian bacon, better than regular ham, not as good as regular bacon, but I'll always throw some Canadian bacon on whatever I'm doing if I can, so that's a constant in my life, for sure. It just crisps up so nice, and it's a little bit more salty and a little bit more processed. I'm a big potted meat man. I like my meat, like, it's so separated from the natural process of nature. And finally, truffle oil, and I agree with Anthony Bourdain that it is a step away from Astroglide and a little less edible. Truffle oil is way overhyped, and it ruins everything it f***ing touches. I don't want my whatever I'm eating to taste like an oily piece of dirt. I don't want that. Truffle oil is ridiculous. All right, that's all of the pizza toppings that whoever made this list had time for. If you have any other suggestions in the chat, let me know, but I can't imagine there's more than this. There were some bullshit ones in here. Like, what else are you doing with your life? Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. New videos every Saturday and every other Wednesday. We're doing that right now just because timing is getting f***ing crazy, but you guys don't seem to mind. You seem to be happy to get anything, so I really appreciate that. And shout out to the Extra Tuglets who went to extratug.com for $4 a month.